Right, welcome back. This is part two of mapping the southeast Queensland rain bomb. I've now got my layers sorted, the ones that I want for this particular project. I've got catchments and bays. I've got an outline of the catchment. You can see there in a line, and then I've got three layers here. I've got rainfall totals in southeast Queensland 2022, 22 Feb to the 1st of March. Rainfall recorded on the 28th of Feb, 9 a.m. for the previous 24 hours, and then 26th of Feb. Now, if I turn that on, you can see there that a lot of the rain is in the northern parts. It's heaviest up here around Wamuran in the Woodford area and up in Rootshedal. But then if I turn off that layer and turn on this layer, you can see it moves south, and then we've got the final totals at the end as well. So we can have multiple layers on. This is in the new app, so I've saved this, and I've only got 5 layers. I've got a few layers on at the moment, so let's have a look at the legend and what the legend looks like. And we've got catchment and bay zones, we've got regional areas, and then we've got total rainfall as well. So a really nice way to map this. And when I'm doing my IA2 and IA3 with my students, this is what I'll be helping them to work with. So I'm going to turn 2 layers on. I like the 28th because it's quite high rainfall in the Brisbane region, and I want to highlight that using the app that I'm going to use. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to go save, and I'm going to save this map. Now the next trick to this is to go up into the 9 dots here, and I want to find Instant Apps. Now the Instant App is a new thing I've been playing with, and it's really worthwhile. So you've got, I think, 4 Instant Apps. So I'm just going to go into My Apps, or Featured Apps. So I can do a basic, a countdown, interactive legend. Now that's the one we're going to play around with today, so I'm going to choose that. I'm going to give this a title. I'm going to add a tag, catchments, and create app. Having a think about it, takes you to the app. Now, first thing you need to do is select your app. So you go to step 1, select map. Now I want the select, I'm going to select that one. It's going to bring in that rain bomb map. No legend. So there we have our app, and we've got our different layers on. Now I'm going to turn all my layers off. I'm going to turn that one off, and it's just clicking on them, and you can see as I click through they disappear. And I'm going to click that one as well. Then I'm going to go through and I can individually select which ones I want on and off. So I'm going to turn all of these off. I'm going to start by that one, then go that one, then that one. So all my layers are now off except for my catchments. So I'm just going to zoom in, and you can see my catchment names come up: Mid Brisbane, Lockyer, Bremer, Lower Brisbane, Pine, Caboolture, Stanley, Upper Brisbane. Now I'm just going to go down and go to map description, so you can data was collected from, and I've done that. Open in Map Viewer, open in Map Viewer Classic, all that sort of stuff. I'm just going to go next. What it's called, I'm happy with that. Introduction panel. You could do an introduction panel and write a little some information about that. That would be perfect for setting this up as a lesson. Zoom button on. Feature count. I like the feature count on because it tells you how many. Use layer effects. And I'm going to go next. I don't want geocoding. I'm just going to go next on this one because I'm pretty happy with. I could go light or dark. So if you want to change the color, home button, zoom control, all things you can have a play with. I'm okay with that. Now I'm going to publish this and confirm. Launch. Now, I would always recommend application link. Copy that, and I'm going to go launch. Now, this map is ready to put into a story map, so the students can turn this on and off. So I'm going to turn that back on. I'm going to turn that one off. You can see here the number of and then I'm going to go down to this one. Now the beauty of this is having the ability to turn on specific layers. So I can then zoom in and have a look at these two areas. So orderly got 1,000 mils, and there's only 3 areas, 3 different spots that recorded over 1,000 mils. Then I can turn on this layer and turn off that layer, so I can turn layers on and off. I can go zoom to and it zooms out. This is just such a powerful tool to map. It could be mapping rainfall, it could be mapping any of the ABS data, it could be mapping water quality on Cylinder Beach. So this is just a wonderful example of how to create that. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Storymaps, which is where you want to save that. I'm going to do a new story map and start from scratch. I've already done it here, but I'm going to delete that. I just want to show you how easy it is to add the app to a story map. So I'm going to go tell your story, and I'm going to go down to embed, and I'm going to paste my web address there and click anywhere to interact, and I'm going to make it large. My interactive map is now ready to go. Show all, zoom to, zoom to. Now I can turn those off. I'm going to go down. I'm going to turn that one off, that one off. And I'm going to zoom in. So now I can interact with this map and I could write a lesson using this and ask the students to look at the distribution of rainfall over the area. This would be particularly good in Year 7. You could explain watersheds, so I could there's a link there to a Healthy Land and Water website. This is just absolutely brilliant too, and I'm going to go all the way out. Absolutely brilliant for any sort of assessment, or even to use as a really effective teaching tool. Now I hope that's helped. This is something I'm very excited to try with my students, and we'll be doing that in IA2 this year. Thanks for listening.